Hello, Mudasir.
Hi, Sai. Good morning. How are
How
you
are you,
today?
my friend?
I'm great. How are you? How about
I'm
you?
well. I'm well. Thank you so much, my good friend. We have a very special guest today, a very unique guest who we actually have from TikTok. So before I do any introductions, Mudasir would love for you to kind of share a little bit about who you are, and then we'll move forward.
Certainly, Sai. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first show in 2023. Quick introduction of myself. I am leadership and transformation coach. Closely work with leaders and people across the organization, all the levels, to help them to deliver the business outcomes and also work at optimal levels.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Excellent. Thank you so much, Mudasir. And likewise, I'm Sai, and welcome everyone to 2023. And I have to say, we intentionally preserved Astrios for this conversation to be the first conversation in 2023. So very, very, very deliberately. Likewise, I have a background in transformation and change, working with organizations to help them really calibrate their business models and their operating models. As those of you who know me, and likewise Mudasir and I do a lot together, I really focus on what I call the sacred triad: reality, human nature, and identity. And this is a man that literally talks to those things and speaks to my soul, to be very, very open about it. So Astrios is a tremendous, tremendous individual that we'll be talking with today. Let me mention a few things about Astrios, if you're okay, Mudasir, and then we'll pull him into the
Please,
conversation.
yeah, please go ahead.
Wonderful. So number one, Astros is our first guest from TikTok. So truly, truly an honor to have him. I stumbled upon the man by essentially finding his content. What he offers, as best as I can describe, really, he offers hard-learned, painstakingly expressed life lessons. These are nuggets of gold, if you will. Some of them, some people call them truths. So truly nuggets of gold that you want to truly embrace as he communicates. Additionally, the other thing that I want to emphasize, these are not platitudes, if you will. They're not idealistic or paternalistic, and they don't infantilize people, but truly, truly, it's the real deal, as real as they get. Sometimes they're raw, I have to tell you. However, they truly, truly touch us on the inside. Without saying too much more, I want to say a little bit more. I have to, because just to give a little bit more background. When I first encountered him, the thought that came to my mind, if you will, he is an experienced student of life. That is truly the words that came to my mind. Living the human condition, the human journey, he has soul, if you will, very, very deep soul. Additionally, one of the beautiful things that you encounter with Astrios is he doesn't hide from the perfect imperfections that make us human. That is a very unique gift, an extremely unique gift. A student of life and a man who can really speak to what does it mean to be human and help us all better understand what it means to be human. Astrios, welcome to the conversation, my good friend.
Welcome, everyone. How are you doing? How is your day?
It's so good to see you.
Nice to
Welcome,
see you
Astros.
also, man.
You-
Welcome, man. How are you
It,
doing?
it is an honor to have you. You are our first guest for 2023, my good man. And I have to tell you, I barely touched the surface. So the big question, in your own words, who is Astrios? Help us understand.
A person who had never afraid to live life. A person who is at his 50s, just 28 days to reach 50s. And he had never lost this childhood mind. I'm playing out in the ground. I'm playing out with the other kids. I fall down. I get hurt. I don't care. I get up again and I go and play again. And I kept this mindset all my life. Why? Because if you start getting fear, if you start gain fears inside you, you hold them. You're not able to live your life. You start cutting things. You start cutting people. You start cutting yourself out of the world. And that's the worst thing you can do to yourself. Never be afraid. Live again. You're going to get hurt. Yes, you do. But live it. Live it. It's all right. This is your life. You have only 2 days in this life that they are not going to become 24 hours. The first day, you know it. It's your birthday. You were born at 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, no matter when. It was never 24 hours. And the second one, It's your last day. Leave the rest. They have 24 hours. Something happened today. Don't care. You have the chance to change it tomorrow. Don't look back. It happens. It's a history. We cannot change history. History is there for a reason. We accept it and we move on. We learn from our mistakes and we become better. And we don't blame other people just because we keep repeating the same mistakes and we turn them into bad habits. And after going around and blaming everyone that all the world is like that. No, we haven't changed. And as long as we don't change, nothing is going to change around us, man. And that's a fact. This is how I see life, man. That's why you see me, I'm doing so many different videos. I don't care about my views. I had started making my videos when I had a conversation with a guy. It was one of my very first followers. And I will say that I had started making TikTok to have a little fun. It was during the Corona, during all this isolation time. And I was thinking like, okay, I would make something to pass my time and make some jokes. And one day we had a deep discussion with this guy. And he said to me, hey man, why you don't put your thoughts out in the world? And I say, who is going to listen to me? Who is going to see me? And suddenly, by having a lot of problems, because you know TikTok works differently in every part of the world. And here, for example, in the region that I'm living in, Germany, you're not allowed to save the videos. You don't allow to have a lot of things. And you fight every time with an algorithm that it's like a monster, but it's really hard to fight. Yes. And even like that, I had managed to have 100,000 followers and I had managed to create a family because during this journey, I had created friendships with people that they come to offer me their help without even asking it. And I was thinking at this moment, damn, man, all your life, you had people around your life that you thought that they want your best, but all they needed from you is to hold you there, just to be able to use you. So here I am.
Wonderful, Astrid. Wonderful. Mudasir, did you say something? Did you have a question or what have you? Or should I dive in with one of our first questions?
Yes, of course, yeah. Of course.
Please get started with your questions, Si. I'll jump in as needed.
Excellent. So Astrid, you mentioned something very, very, very powerful. You took essentially a risk, right? Somebody made a suggestion. You took that risk. Where did you find that courage, my good friend? Tell us about that courage, that first step.
I'm never afraid to show my face in the world. I do it every day. You know, when you use one face and you speak out loud to people, you don't need power. You don't need, this creating power to hold the things. Because if you are real, you do it for free. If you tell lies, then you have to create again and again. Lies need a lot of energy because you need to remember them. And people who lie, just because they lie to themselves, they don't have this memory, they create this memory. And once they create this memory, they have to remember it also. So to be a myth maker, it's really hard. I don't want to be a myth maker in my life. I want to be real. I want to be me. I don't care. And you know how hard it is for me to keep my good language and not using bad words out loud. I don't care how people think about me. I don't care if they love me. I don't care if they hate me. I don't care if they want to watch me. I don't care if they don't want to watch me. You know why? Because I love to watch myself, to be me 24/7 when I look myself in the mirror. And that is more than important. That's more than important, man.
To be a profound, one of the key sources, to your point, of courage, of living life, is to be yourself, is to be real. And that's just, people struggle with it. If I ask a follow-on question, and please interrupt me, Mudasir, if you'd like. Why is it that so many people in the world today are struggling to be real, Astrios? What are you observing? What are your insights, my good friend? Why people are struggling to be real?
I have to keep my bad language right now, believe me. Because instead of creating a role model of themselves and see themselves in the mirror, who they were yesterday and who are going to come tomorrow, and what are the things that they will have to put down and create, they using role models of some other people's life that they don't know the background. They see only what they show up in social media, what they pull out, and they don't see the struggles, they don't see the pain, they don't see the depression, they don't see a lot of things. Look at a guy, I cannot remember his name, but I saw as I was scrolling TikTok, I was showing a video and I was like, what? This guy was a life coach, was helping people lift up their life. He was always happy. And one day he get back to his home and he shoot himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So you have to create a role model of yourself. I am who I am. I accept my mistakes. I don't turn my mistakes in bad habits. I move forward. I accept my history. I don't have to repeat it to anyone. And if somebody wants to repeat it for me, then sorry, he speaks about the past version of me. I'm not this person today. I'm not the same person as I was 4 months ago, and I say it out loud. People can easily go in my videos and watch 4 months ago my videos, and they will see a different guy. They will see a guy that he was having a really hard language, and after they will see a guy that he was more mature. And some people come and say, oh, maybe you had become more weak. And I say, no, I had become more human to myself, because I was keeping this issue. I was keeping this anger inside me, why people treat me bad. And I thought, hey man, I'm not hurting those people by keeping this anger inside me. I'm hurting me. So I forgive them by forgiving myself. I have learned to forgive myself for the mistakes that I did, accept them, and move on.
Great.
This is how I
Thanks.
give this.
Very powerful. Thank you, Astrios, for sharing that input. And you talked about people are not living the real life. People are following, mirroring, or they don't realize what they are capable of. And what is the starting point? And what do you suggest? And how a person needs to find the real in them?
Whether you want to admit it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, no matter how hard it is for you in your head, you have to accept one thing. You are unique in this world. You come as an individual. You come and only you are the person who you are. There is nobody else like you. But if you try every day to pretend to be somebody that you are not, one day you will get tired. One day you will force to put your real self out. And like that, when you see that there is no acceptance around you, you will fall and you will stay depressed for the rest of your life. And this is something that you had created on your own, because you are pretending 24/7. I'm pretending that I'm happy. I pretend that I don't care. I pretend that I have money. I pretend that I'm living my best life. I pretend this, I pretend that. So when you're pretending and you're not living it for real, that will send you, sorry for saying that, 100% to death. You will kill your mental health, and you will end up being alone in four walls. You will create your own prison, and you will stay isolated there. And instead of keeping yourself isolated to fix a problem, you will stay isolated to avoid problems. I will say something that it's a really hard matter for a lot to get it. When I'm a Christian Orthodox, for example, and in our church, we have monks. What these people are doing, they are not dealing with real life and facing the sins every day. They isolate themselves from the rest of the world just to communicate with God. I am different. I am inside the world. I'm taking the good and the bad vibes 24/7 like everyone, and I take the decision, I make my plan, and I say, I keep this, I throw this away. I keep this, I throw the other away. And I keep moving. Because if you isolate yourself, you don't become better. You isolate yourself at some moments of your life. For example, some call it meditation. Yeah, okay. Stay for 1 hour, close your phone, throw away everything, close your television, sit and talk with yourself. But be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself, because there are a lot of people out in the world that they are lying to themselves. They say, for example, I respect him, her, and everyone. And they do actions that show totally different things. So turn your words, turn your decisions into actions and hold them. You will lose a lot of people in life. That's a fact. I'm telling you this because I have lost thousands of people of my life. You don't have to care. You don't have to care. Just because you become a better person and you starting attracting only good people from around you, you don't have to care. You have to follow this path. It will be lonely, it will be hard, but don't forget to raise your arm and take some who wants to follow you with you. Because this is the important part. Not reaching the top of the mountain on your own, no. Drag as many as you can with you. Drag as many as you can out of this rabbit hole and bring them out in the field, because out in the field, you are able to see everything. You are able to make choices. When you're down in this rabbit hole, you go deeper and deeper and you see just dark, dark and more dark. And what happens there, no matter how fast you are, the snake comes also inside and start taking pieces of you. Sometimes it eats you alive, all. Sometimes it takes some part of you. And if you manage later, maybe after some years, to go back in the field, you're not the same. So make a favor to yourself. Pull yourself out as fast as possible. As fast as possible. Don't leave other people's opinions define who you are as a person. Don't leave just a mistake you did in life. Let's say that you did a mistake and you took drugs and you got caught. It's your decision to stop this thing and move forward. Maybe you were drinking, you were alcohol addicted. Stop it. It's your decision. I cannot do it for you. You have to do it for yourself.
Astrios, your commentary is so rich, extremely rich, and you have so many perspectives. What if you think about children, both I'll say younger children as well as young adults? How do we help them? What perspective? What can we offer them to help them live their life? Kind of wisdom that you can share in us helping the younger folks, if you will, respectfully.
Make as many mistakes as they can and learn from them. Don't make money priority one in their lives, because material things, it's something that attracts people who don't love you, but love these things. So these people are not useful in your life. Learning, if you're a man, to see the woman not as a body, but as a personality. So go deeper, touch her soul. And the opposite also. If you are a woman, learn to see a man as a personality. Because with his body or with her body, you have to deal some days or some moments of the week, or maybe sometimes when you're out, so you will advertise what is hanging out with you. But you know, these people, no matter how beautiful they are, at some point they have to open their mouth. And once they open their mouth, they show in the world who they really are. So choose to have a person next to you that knows what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. And if you are unlucky enough and you have a person that's sitting outside and they just talk, don't take it, they just think, without talking. Don't take it that maybe they are gathering informations. Usually they have nothing to say. And most of the time when they decide to open their mouth, they will start talking like politicians, loud and with the chest out. And they will try to manipulate you with something that they don't believe, even themselves. Sorry for my English is not that good. I'm a little bit tired. I'm working too hard every day. And sometimes my mind is a little bit stuck, but I'm trying to explain in the best way.
Perfect, my friend. Perfect. So there's two questions I want to ask, and please feel free to kind of play with them and share with us your perspective. One is the uniqueness that you bring forward is profound. We really want to understand a little bit more about your journey. So I want to ask it with another question. So help us understand how you got here, Astrios. Two, the statement, "I said what I said," is a signature statement. Help us understand what you mean when you say that relative to your journey, my friend.
I will start from the second one, and you have to repeat the first question, because never forget, I'm an old guy and I forget easy. So I said what I said is that I believe it, I support it, I said it, and I don't care if you like it or not. This is my opinion. And I will change it only if I sit, isolate myself, and think about the things that I said. But I will take the responsibility of the action or for the words I took And I will not blame anyone because I took a right or wrong decision. That's why I use this. I said what I said. I had made a really hard video that I was talking for a particular part of some women out in the world. It went, let's say, viral, around 260,000 views. And I got so much hate from women there because they wasn't able to understand. I will say this video and I will repeat it, but I will keep out the bad words because I'm using hard language. I'm Greek. We speak really hard in my country. And when I translate it from Greek to English, usually come a lot of bad words. So I say that a lot of women here on TikTok, I'm mirroring myself at this moment, come and say that I want a man like you. Because, a lot of women, they come and they say, wow, I would love to have a man like you with the way that he thinks, the way that he sees life. But most of the times, all of you who come and say this, you go back and you search these miserable men that they come and messing up your life. And after you return back to people like me, and you want us to make your therapist just to gain a little power back and to do the same thing again. So repeat the circle one after one. I use really hard language in this video. I have even a warning about this video. TikTok put it down 6 times and brought up 7. They got reported out, in, out, in, out. And I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the hard truth because most of the people there, exactly there, they don't take responsibility of their action. Take the responsibility of your action. Don't blame other people. Don't blame me because I keep coming in your life. For example, let's say that I'm a narcissist. If I keep coming in your life, you have to blame me for who I am, but also you because you allowed it. There is an easy way. They call you, block the number. Easy. They create new accounts, block every account that it's creating from this IP. Now the apps have multiple choices, so you can easily cut connection, and above all, cut every connection with any common friend you had back there. Because one day you will see, how is it possible for him to learn that somebody is come to see me? You have some common friends, and these friends, without thinking that this person act like that, they gave by accident this information. And there you have it. Go to the first question because I had forgotten it. You know how I am.
All good, my friend. So I want to emphasize, I said what I said is your declaration of reality, of the real thing. And that is it truly touches the soul, my good man, truly. And your journey, we're very interested. Astrios, kind of, where did the triggers happen? Where did this awareness move forward? How did it unfold for you? Just help us just understand the clear surface, my good friend.
So it's time to expose my personal me, which I don't have any problem at all out in the world. Let's do it. I was born in Greece. I was raised and lived in a family that my 2 brothers and sister are coming from a different father. Their first father died. My mother remarried again. My father married my father, and me and another 2 boys came in this world. As we come from the same mother, I call them family. Okay, I love my brother and my sister, the 2 older than me, and in the same way that I love the rest too. I'm in the middle. That's why maybe I'm the hardest, because I'm in the middle of the 5 fingers. So I grew up in a very rich family. My father was rich, was not millionaire, but he was rich. One day he lost everything. So he closed the store that he has, and I had to move out in life. There, I took my first hit. That friends that I was thinking that they were all around all my life, they were there because I was able to offer them things, being the guy with the money and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, first lesson, it's okay, forget it, leave it, you will find new people. Or maybe they will come back later. Some they did, and they left in the same way when I fall down again. Because, life, it's like a wave. You are one time up, one time down. But it's okay. I was having some relationships in my life. I was full. I was really full when I was young. I was playing with women. I was acting like every teenager act, and I had wasted a lot of years in my life by offering myself the moment I was thinking that I am winning. I was losing. I was losing value at this moment because I had become a piece that everybody can touch. So anyway, I took the decision to marry. So I had married the person. We had a wonderful marriage, 3 kids. For some reasons, mistakes from both sides, a lot from my side also, this marriage had ended. So I am divorced, I think, over 10 years now, maybe 12. Officially, I think the last 3, if I remember right. I don't keep dates in my head. And after that, after my marriage, I had tried to, after I lost my marriage, it was something like, what's wrong going on? What do you have done back there? You have to fix all these mistakes. I had started fixing up myself really hard every single day. So somewhere on the way, karma, because karma exists, and all those who believe that karma doesn't exist, they're fooling themselves. The slabs start coming one after the other. So as I took a lot, I realized that, oh man, you had fixed yourselves, but you haven't fixed the parts that bring in those people to you. And there I had started. For 2 years, I was without any person in my life. I didn't even try it. For 2 years, I was just working on myself. I said, I will sit down and I will fix everything, so I will not put anyone again in my life. Somewhere in the end, this year, I took a decision to become human again. I had become human and I received a different lesson. And this lesson was also valuable because I realized that no matter how good I had become, if the other person is not ready, they have to do some work also. That doesn't mean that they are not your people, but they have to work on some things. And as they are not ready, they have to work on some things. I will give a public advice to all the younger people. When you hear a woman, for example, or a man say that you are too good for me, or I'm not ready to step in a relationship, or I will continue meeting people because they search something that is missing inside them, and instead of sitting and fix it and create it on their own so they have it, they are fulfilled and be able to give, they search it left and right. What am I saying to my followers every time? Fill up yourself with love. And when you are fulfilled with love, your love will start coming out. Give what is coming out to other people, but don't empty your cup. Because if you empty your cup, you give, you end up without having anything. I was having a follower that she was in depression. I had helped her a lot. This lady comes from South Africa. I had helped her really much for over 1 year. She had came back on her feet, but she was 90%, not 100. And she took the decision to help people. She had stayed empty. She came back in my life one night. I still remember it. She was crying. And I told her, hey, Liz, why you did this to yourself? You are not ready yet. I told you last time we spoke, why you do this to yourself? That day was the last day that she spoke with me. For over 1 year, no matter how many times I wrote her, I never took a response. A few weeks ago, 3 weeks to be exact, she came in my life. And she came to thank me. Because even if she wasn't responding to my messages, she was reading everything and she took the decision to fix her life. And now she's back on her feet, but she will never do the same mistake again. Try to help somebody until she will become in a level that no matter how much she give, she will never feel empty.
Very powerful, Astrios. Very powerful. And what I want to just call out, if I can, if you will, it is a conscious decision to work on yourself that is a profound moment when you take that ownership and do the hard work, because you got to do it. It's not just, hey, I'm going to work on myself. But you have to make that decision, and you have to do the hard work. And you mentioned 2 years, if you will, that you focused on you.
And the biggest improvement I made it from September, October until now. I know that you are following me on TikTok, so it's easier for you to realize it. Those people that they see us right now, they don't even know who I am. I had made tremendous changes in my character, in the way that I see and I'm thinking things, just because I sit on myself and I say, no, man, you have to fix this. You have to fix this. You have to stop comparing people from your past. You have to stop having this thought that just because it happened one, it will happen again. Because like that, I don't know how you call it, God, the universe, call it how you want. You attract what you think. You attract negative thoughts. You have negative thoughts, you attract negative things. You have negative actions, you attract negative people. You live in a negative environment, you will have a negative life. So pull yourself out, and it's your business. Nobody can do it for you. Pull yourself out. Let's say that you are a gang member. Nobody will pull you out. You have to pull yourself out. You take the decision. You take the decision to get out of the brotherhood and lose all the privileges. You get this decision. It's going to be hard. Yes. You're going to get beat up from life. Yes. Everybody will judge you 24/7 for the mistakes you did in your past. But you have to stay with your head up. Why? Because their judgment is referring for someone who is not today. Is referring to your past version. And your past version has nothing to do with you. But as long as you listen to this negativity and you stay in this past version, you're gonna repeat the same things every single day of your life until you will get so tired, no power will left inside you to make the change. So change as fast as possible. It's priority.
Beautiful. Mudasir, I know I've been dominating the conversation with Astrios, but please, questions or thoughts likewise with Astrios.
Sure.
Anything.
Astrios, one thought that comes to me is you said you decided to be human again, that point, and also you also mentioned don't judge people. So how does these two integrate, and in your own words, what does this mean? Identifying yourself as a human.
Identify myself as a human. Understand that no one is without sins. I will bring an example because I'm a Christian Orthodox. The crowd was, I will bring an example from our Bible.
Sure.
The crowd was around a woman and they were ready to throw stones on her because she did something bad. Mm-hmm. So Jesus came in front and said, the first that is without sins is able to throw the first stone. Everybody has sins. You, me, Si, everybody. Mm-hmm. We all have things maybe we don't like to talk about because, humans are really weird. They love to talk about the toxic things that happen to them, but they forget to talk about the toxic things that they did to some others. You know why? Because our brain doesn't keep this moment, keeps only the moments that they hurt us. For example, you knock your head right now down and you get immediately, I have pain. I have to be careful not to knock it again. Mm-hmm. But you knock somebody down and you don't remember the pain because you never felt it. But he did. So this is the difference. And how do I see how I believe that I have become better human? Because before I judge anybody, I judge myself. Why am I feeling that? Why am I dealing with that? Why am I doing that? Why right now I'm accepting their garbage, for example, or their positive or negative vibes? How good or bad they do to me. So I'm putting myself above everything. Mm-hmm. One of my followers one day in one of my lives had asked me, what is the thing that you love the most? And I say immediately, me. Me. And everyone should love you.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean that by loving you, you have to stop loving the others. That doesn't mean that to become a better person of yourself, you have to stop putting people around you. You have just to decide the right way who you will decide to put next to you. And we are talking about next, not only about the opposite gender, not only about a woman or a man. We're talking about a friend, we're talking about a family, we're talking about work colleagues, we're talking about everything. The people you decide to put next to you, they have to be equal, like you. So you give, they give the same things back. They give, you give the same things back. Some people call it, yeah, but this is not unconditional. You gave everything at the beginning unconditionally. Now it's time for you to receive back the same effort. If you don't receive it, continue give, but not to the same people. Just change the person. Be the human, be the good human that you want to be. Because I love to be human. I love to give unconditional. I love to trust you. For example, right now, I don't know you two guys, and I'm trusting you with my life. I'm here. I am giving you my trust. You know why I give you my trust? Not because I believe that you will never betray me. Because I know that I have the power to deal with it without hurting me and turn my back and leave in any second. Mm-hmm. So I'm giving my trust to people, not because I trust that they will not betray me, because I trust myself that I can handle it. So I had focused on these things. I didn't focus on the energy that other people bring in the table. I focus on the energy that I keep in my table. I'm hearing a lot of young people saying, come in my lives and say, older people also, because young, I call mature or immature people not from their age, but from their experience. What should I do if my man or my woman is texting with somebody else? You don't do nothing. And if this happens, and you think that it's sneaky texts, you know, conversations that they go on the other way, just be ready to put your jacket on and get out. Don't try to change them. If you try to change them, the only thing that you will change is how smart they're doing the same things that they were doing behind your back before also. So trust them, but they don't do it. And if they do it, be ready to put your jacket on and leave out.
Yes. So one follow-up question, Sai and Astrios, if you may. So many people will start thinking to be real and not to pretend or not to mimic anyone, not to go in the flow. They want to take charge of their life. However, there will be a point where it comes, they need to navigate in a different direction altogether, or maybe need to restart from where they are. So a lot of people will contemplate or struggle to find that courage to restart or change the direction. And what is the message that you have to offer, Astrios?
Be themselves 24/7. Not be afraid to show who they are. They are different. I've seen a lot of people, for example, I'm coming from a country that we have a lot of sun, sea, and everything. So I'm seeing a lot of people when they come with the swimming shoots to go out for swimming, they are ashamed for their body. Don't be ashamed for your body. It's different. In somebody's eyes, maybe it's the most beautiful, and it's not your body. It's when you open your mouth, when you show up your personality, because this is what makes you beautiful or ugly person. I have spoke with women that they were amazing attractive. I have spoke with men that when you show them, you said, damn, I wish I was like you. But when they open their mouth, I was thinking like, sorry for my language, I forget. I was thinking like, okay, I think that they would have better look when their mouth was shut. So be yourself, man. Be yourself. Don't be afraid. And if you figure it out that you have to fix things, I don't know what helps you. Read articles, show documentaries, listen to life coaches, read books, make a walk in the nature, take your car and go out, do whatever it takes to restart your brain again. You know, your brain is not app. It's not an app. It's not WhatsApp. It's not TikTok. It's not YouTube. You don't have to tap it to open and keep it closed for the rest of the day. Your brain is working 24/7. You have to work inside it. And you have the right to do it. You can do it in the morning. Most of the people, what they do in the morning, they open and they check their phones. Why? What do you care? If something is really important, for example, you lost a family member, believe me, your phone will ring without stopping. You will not receive a text message. Some people say, yes, my girlfriend wrote me. And why she didn't call you? She didn't want to wake me up. I want to wake you up. I would love my girlfriend to call me and wake me up in the morning and tell me good morning, because even if I sleep after, I will sleep like a baby. I will have her voice in my ears. So her energy from my ear will come inside my body, and it will be like I cuddle with her, and I will sleep like a baby. Where is the problem to give a call? If it's something really important, I'm hearing women or men say, he's FaceTiming sometimes, but he doesn't like to go out a lot of times. He wants to stay more in private, and he texts too much, he FaceTime too much, or he says or she says that I prefer in texting. You know why they do that? Because they want their free time. Because this is not the only person. You are not the only person that they do that. Because right now, for example, if I was having other things to do, I would say, sorry, see, I cannot be at YouTube at this moment, because I have to do a lot of other things also.
Yes.
But I had rescheduled everything because it was our appointment. I say, I'll do nothing. I'm here. Why I'm here? Because I'm paying the same effort. And this is a lesson immediately. You see 3 guys right now talking. This is a lesson. We don't talk with our girlfriend. You don't speak, and I'm just texting on my other phone with my girlfriend or with my friend or with anyone. We are here and we have a conversation. That's real life.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing your perspective, and that's quite insightful. Sai, if you have any questions, please go ahead.
Definitely. Astrios, as you look forward, kind of what is next for Astrios? Where are you going? Kind of enlighten us, my good friend, as best as you can share with us.
Okay, even if I don't want to talk about my future plans, I will do this. I am in the middle of creating something, this slogan that I said every time and I'm about to create coffee mags and some t-shirts. So I will try to put them out in the market. Now it's on the stage that they are about to get ready, and I will be able to put the link on my Bitcoin account, and after everything will run. But I'm saying something that I had said it also from the beginning of this deal, before we even close this deal. 10% of what it will come as a win from this thing, it will go to families that they struggle right now. And that was the only thing that I had asked. I say, I'm not doing anything. I'm not moving on with the deal if this 10% of my profits, not yours, I don't care, you can do whatever you want with yours, doesn't go to people that struggle and need help. One of my followers, she's having a non-profit organization, and she's helping a lot of people. And I know that there are a lot of non-profit organizations that, because of the government system, they have to give this money until the end of the year. This is how a non-profit organization works. And they have to show where they gave it. So I want these 10% of my profits go to these organizations and help people with cancer, people with issues in life. Somebody lost his job, lost his home, he's living in the streets. That doesn't mean that he's a bad person or he gave up life. When I had made a sort of campaign on my TikTok and I say, help me live my dream, I got on tears in one life, because there were, and it's really hard for me to say, there was a guy that he was homeless, and he asked me, send me your PayPal, please. I'm homeless, but I want to send you a small help. And I said, no way, man. No way, man. There are a lot of people out there who are struggling. And I want to be part of helping those people. I do it all my life with everything I can. And right now, just because I'm starting and creating a small business, which hopefully will go well. Because if it goes well, I will be able to help more people. I will do that, and I will do that from my heart. You know, one day I will die. I don't know where I go. One day I will die, but the day that I will die, I know one thing for sure. And people who had faced death and came back, they know that. My life will pass like a film in front of me. So I want to smile at this moment. I want to smile at this moment. This is the only thing I want in life. I don't care how many good or bad moments I had. I want to smile the last day that I will leave this world.
Beautiful, beautiful, Astrios. You know, as we're coming to a close, hopefully you'll return and have more conversations with us. But for this conversation, any sort of last parting thoughts, my good friend, that you want to leave us with, Astrios?
Smile. Smile every morning that you see yourself in the mirror. And no matter what happened today, you will realize it tomorrow. So like that, you give a motivation to yourself to get one more day. You know, God will allow you to realize what happened today, tomorrow, or the day after. So don't lose this opportunity to realize why this thing happened to your life. And this is a message for all those people that they're sitting right now in their couches and they're thinking about end up their life. Because we have a lot out there. And we have to spread this message to help as much as we can. So to save their lives. This is what I want. Save people's life before they decide to end their life. Because I'm dealing with a lot, man. On my TikTok account, I'm dealing with a lot of people like that. And it's amazing. It's really hard. A few days ago, I was having a guy that he came and said, I want to kill myself. And I said, now no comments, please. You coming on live with me and say, I don't want to talk. Okay, I said, send me. I follow him immediately back. And I say, send me your phone number. I'm calling you back. I closed my live and I called him. And I was talking with him for 4 hours through camera at my WhatsApp. I didn't even know this guy. It was the first time I saw him. 2 days later, he was fine. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. But I know how to lift up people.
That's an incredible capstone story. Thank you, Astrios, for sharing it with us. Thank you ever so much for sharing it. Mudasir, any thoughts before I offer just some closing words and what have you?
As everyone is unique, as Astrio says, this conversation in our Deconstructed is its own unique place. It has its own unique place, and the messages that you have, and what your perspectives and the calls that you are making, Astrios, that is indeed necessary, and everyone needs to take some time out, reflect on what they want to be rather than going with the flow, and if not all, means most of your comments, if not all, everything is very powerful, and it is very much required in the current times of the society. And I truly hope and pray, whatever the future endeavor that you are up to, it will be successful.
Thank you very much.
Most definitively. And likewise, I want to close with reference to the two quotes that we used on the image, if you will, when we invited Astrios. One of the quotes is, "What is the goal in life? It is to create yourself a soul," by Alejandro Jodorowsky, if you will. And as folks, as you listen to Astrios, he is in the process, respectfully, of creating his own soul and helping others create their soul in that wholeness that you describe, and that wholeness that manifests through a journey of awareness. So thank you for that, Astrios. And the other quote which we used, and this one is from Viktor Frankl, if you will, and many people, of course, will be familiar with this quote. "What is to give light must endure burning." And as we listen to Astrios, we can see that we can feel even more so the burning that you have endured and the flame that you have become for so many other people. And that is profound wisdom, Astrios. For both of those, thank you more than ever, my good friend.
I thank you for inviting me here. I thank you for inviting me here. And hopefully we see each other again. My life on TikTok is every day. So anyone is welcome to come over there. With positive or negative comments, it's no problem at all. Everybody's acceptable. The only thing that I don't accept, and that was my rule from the beginning of my account. If you come inside with racist comments, you're out. We all come from a mother and a father in this world, no matter what the religion or which country we're coming from or even color. We need these two people to come in this world. And I don't accept also men that they come with hate for women, because I never forget the fact that the reason I'm talking right now out in the world is a woman, is my mother, but it was a woman. It was a woman for someone else, my father or any other man.
Beautiful. Beautifully. Thank you so much, Astros. Thank you so much, Mudasir. We look forward, and Astros, you have champions and you have supporters in us. So never hesitate. If we can do anything, we're with you, my good friend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Astros. Thank you so
Have
much.
a nice day, all of you.
Take good care. And thank you for those that have joined us.